Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Script and Execute. My name is Shruti and this is a series of how to use programming in automation. So as part of this series today I'm going to show you how to use regex or regular expressions in automation. Okay, let's get started and please do watch till the end. Definitely you're going to learn something. Okay, so first let us understand what is regex. Okay, so think of regex as a smart searching tool. Okay, so think of it as a smart searching tool. So normally when we want to search something in a document, what do? We type in the whole word, correct? So but here using regex, we don't need to type the exact word or whole word. We just define a pattern. Okay, so in regex we define a pattern, remember. Okay, so to make you understand, I have this document. Okay, so it has some 10 lines of texts and it has multiple phone numbers and multiple email addresses. Okay, so here now if I try to search for just one phone number, okay, it will show me only that specific phone number. So like 9890123456. So as you can see, it is showing me only one this particular phone number. Okay, so but what if I want to find all the phone numbers in this document? For that I need to define a pattern. Okay, so if I want to find all the phone numbers in this document, remember I need to define a pattern that represents the structure of a phone number. That represents structure of a phone number. Okay, so in a moment I will explain how to define that structure to fetch all the phone numbers in this document using regex. Okay, so similarly if I want to find some particular email id, so I can just type in like emergency at helpline.co. Sorry. Okay, so as you can see, it gave me only one email ID. Okay, so in the same way, suppose if I want to get all the email addresses, for that I need to define a pattern that represent email ID. So what pattern represent email ID? Some texts, correct? Some text, and I have to put at the red symbol, again some text, again I have to put dot, then again two or three words, correct, maximum, or letters. Okay, so usually it will be two digits, dot org or dot co or dot in, or three, correct, two or three lines. So this is the pattern that represents email id. Some text at the red symbol, again some text, then dot, then two or three, not two or three, not line, two or three letters. This is what represents email id. Okay, so now what we understand, that regex is basically a smart searching tool and it works on pattern, correct? It works on pattern. So what is pattern? So pattern is nothing but set of rules. Okay, pattern is nothing but set of rules. Okay, so now let us see how to create this pattern. Okay, so just remember, in order to create a pattern, first we need to know the rules, and pattern consists of set of characters, set of special characters. I will explain what are those characters. Okay, pattern has should have special characters and rules. Okay, so now I'll explain how to create a pattern, and before that, regex is a huge concept. Okay, it is a huge topic with dozens of features in it, but in automation I will explain only the useful or important ones. Okay, so think that here in this document I want to find the phone numbers. Okay, so in order to find the phone number, I have to say /d. So this character represent numbers or digits. Okay, so when we use /d is when we want to match the phone number, postal code, id, or price, then we use /d. Okay, then I want to find some text here. Okay, so in that case we will use slash w. Okay, so it represent letters, numbers and underscore. Okay, slash w represents letters, numbers and underscore. And if I say slash w plus, okay, so if I say like this, it represents more than one letters and numbers. Okay, so plus is an identifier. Okay, just remember plus is an identifier. And if whenever I say w plus, it means more than one letters, numbers or symbols. Okay. Okay, so then next we have is something like square brackets. We can define something in the square brackets. So if I say 0 to 9, okay, so if I say 0 to 9 means any digits, means any digits. If I say 0 to 9, it means give me any digits in this document. Okay, and if I say inside a square bracket capital letter A to Z. Okay, so if I say like this, it means any capital letter digit, any caps capital letter digits. And similarly, if I say small a to Z, it means any small letter. Okay, any small letter alphabet. Okay, so and so if I say, or we can give something like this. Okay, so 0 to 9, and if I say within a square bracket 6. Okay, so if I say like this, it means any digits, any six digits together. Okay, so it will give me any six digits together. It can be in any format like 9613, any format, but it should be um six digits and it should appear together, something like this. Okay, it will fetch me till here if I say like this. Okay, okay, and if I say like this, like 0 to 9, 4 within square bracket, I will say 4, and again I'll put square bracket and I will say A to Z, and I want 2. Okay, okay, so if I define pattern like this, it will give me any four numbers and two capital letters like 1 2 3 4, any capital letters, any two capital letters like AB. Okay, so it will give me this text in this document or any document. Okay, so I hope you're following me. So this is how we define a pattern. Okay, so why are we creating a pattern? So by creating a pattern, we are trying to get all the matching texts or elements, sorry, not the elements, all the matching texts from this document. Okay, okay, so for this also I can use plus. Okay, so I will give like 0 to 9, capital A to Z and small a to Z. Okay, so if I say, and if I say plus here, any number, so here if I just say like this, only one number, but here I'm putting plus here after that, it means two or more or any numbers. So here this regex will give me any number, and after numbers any capital letters, it can be any number of capital letters and any number of small letters. Okay, okay, so this is how we define the rejects. Okay, okay, so now to show you this practically, I'll keep this exact text in some variable. Okay, first what I'll do, I'll keep this exact text in some variable, then I'll create a pattern. Okay, then in this text I will find the pattern, I will try to match the pattern. Okay, so I have this spec file, so and I called it extract phone numbers and email address. Okay, so here I will create a variable and I'll keep the whole text is equal to, in the backtick I will keep the entire text. Okay, so after that, what we need to do, we need to define a pattern. Remember, okay, so I will call and I will keep this pattern in some variable. I'll call const um, phone rejects. Phone rejects. I will put is equal to. Okay, so this is very important, listen. Okay, so what I want, first I want to fetch all the phone numbers. Okay, I want to fetch all the phone numbers. For that I have to, here I am creating a regex. Okay, so remember, whenever we create a regex or pattern, we have to put it inside this forward slash. Okay, we should always put the regex inside this forward slash, and we have to put g after that. Okay, so g means global. G means global. I'll type it somewhere else. Okay, so G means global. So it means it will search all the matching phone numbers. Okay, so if I don't give G here, it will only give me this first phone number. Okay, so if I put G means it will give me all the matching pattern. Okay, so then what we have to do, we have to put slash b and slash b. Okay, so this slash b means word boundary. Okay, slash b means word boundary. So word boundary means here it will define the starting and ending of the pattern. So it will give me the clean pattern. Okay, so it will give me the clean pattern, it will not mess up anything. Okay, so what I want now, I want digits, correct? So for that, what I have to use, I have to use slash d. After b I will use slash d. And how many numbers I want? Usually phone number contains 10 digits, correct? So here within square bracket I mention d. Okay, so now my pattern is ready. I will explain once again. So before create any pattern, we have to use two forward slashes. Okay, so we have to use, I'll right here, we have to use two forward slashes and put g after that. Okay, then use two slash b and slash b. Okay, so this create a word boundary. Okay, and after that, inside this slash b and slash b, define your define what you want to search. Like I want to search the number, correct? So put slash d, and how many d's we want, how many digits we want, 10. So put 10. Okay, so this is how we create a pattern. Okay, okay, so now what we need to do, now here we are done with creating a pattern. Okay, so now I'll search this pattern in this text, and I will keep it in some variable, and I will call it phone numbers. Okay, phone numbers is equal to, okay, so now where I want to search or where I want to apply this regex, in this text variable, correct? Text dot match. Okay, so this match method will match this regex. What is the regex? Phone regex. Will match this phone regex in this text, and if it is matching, then it will keep it inside this phone number. Okay, so now let us print this phone number. Console.log. We'll say the matched phone numbers. Phone numbers are phone numbers. So now if you want to get the count. Okay, so now if you want to get the count of it, so we'll say dot length. Okay, console.log. We'll say the number of phone numbers found. colon, so phone numbers dot length. So this will give me the length. Okay, so now let us execute. I hope you understand this part. It is very important. Okay, and this part, so I'm matching or I'm applying this regex pattern in this text. Okay, okay, let us execute now. So here it will not launch any web browsers. It is just a simple program. Okay, so we can see that it gave me all the phone numbers. Okay, so it gave me all the phone numbers, and total number of phone numbers found in this text is 10. Okay, okay, so this is how we define a pattern to find the phone numbers. Okay, so now I'll comment these two lines. Okay, and these four lines. Okay, and we will define a pattern to find the email id. Okay, so I will create const email regex. This is very important. Is equal to, so how to define a pattern? So start with 2 forward slash and put g. Okay, and so here inside this put two slash b and slash b, and inside this what do we want? We want some text. Okay, so now you know that. So to get the text, what character we have to use? We have to use w, correct? And we want more than one letter, correct? We want more than one letter. So for that what we have to use? We have to use slash w plus. Slash w plus will give me this emergency or admin. Okay, so this will give me this text. Then after this what we want? We want at the rate symbol, correct? So type at the rate symbol. Okay, so after that what we want? Again we want some texts, correct? So after at put slash w plus. Okay, so after that we came till here. So what we want? We want dot. Okay, so after this w plus put slash dot. Okay, so we came till here now. Okay, so then what we want? Again I want w, correct? Some text I want w, and how many texts I want? So I want two or more. Okay, so and it should be minimum two. So for that I will say two and put comma. Okay, two and I will put comma. So it will give, so it means minimum two. Okay, so now we are done with this pattern. Okay, so put two forward slashes and put g after that, and two slash base, and inside that here I'm defining this pattern. Okay, till here this w plus, it represents this some texts, and I put at the rate symbol after that for this at the rate symbol, and email id must have at the rate symbol. So I'm putting at the rate symbol, then slash w plus, which represents anything after any texts or any letters after the at the rate symbol, and dot, then w in the square bracket 2. Okay, so now I'm done with this pattern. Now I will search this pattern in this text. So you know that. Okay, here. So I will say const email IDs is equal to text dot match. What it will match, or what it should match? It should match email regex. Okay, so now I will print that. I will copy this and comment these two lines. Email regex, it will give me the email IDs, and this line will give me the count. I will change the log statement. I will say matched email IDs. Okay, put charge only. Okay, so now let me execute this. Sorry, I need to save. Now let me execute again. I hope you learned something from this video. If yes, you learned something from this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, something wrong. So here it is undefined pattern. So the pattern is not defined. Let me see what it is. W slash b, which is correct, and slash w plus to get this text, and at the red symbol, correct, and after that slash w plus to get till here, that is also correct, and slash dot, correct, and here we have to put slash w. Okay, slash w. Okay, so now this is correct. So here I was not using this slash. Okay, so now let us execute once again. Here I will put email IDs, not regex. Okay, so I want to print the email IDs present in this text. Okay, so now let me execute. And once again, I'm saying if you think you learned something from this video, please do like and subscribe to my channel. Okay, so here it returned, or it gave us all the phone numbers matching this regex, and it gave us the count. Okay, so this is how we use regex in automation. Okay, so I'll make one more video and I will fetch this text from application and I'll show you. But here in this text we what we in this text we keep some document, not only document, something we want to search in that. Okay, some locators, and we get the text from that. Okay. Okay, so thank you so much for watching.